Introducing the all-new Corolla.
The two men that died yesterday in the Christmas Day swimming tragedy had been drinking before they went into the water off the Jonestown cliff line. They've been identified as 37-year-old Catwin Doyce and 40-year-old Edward Sotam. Guam Police spokesman Officer A.J. Balahaja says Doyce and Sotam were with two other relatives when they started drinking beer and vodka on the cliff line yesterday afternoon. Catwin then fell off the right side of the cliff onto a rocky platform. He was knocked unconscious and went into the water. A few minutes later, Sotam jumped in after his friend, but the waves slammed him against the cliff line, and he too was knocked unconscious, says Officer Balahaja. The two other men then jumped in as well in an apparent effort to rescue their friends, and while they were able to get a hold of Catwin's body, they couldn't bring him back to shore because the current was too strong. However, one of the men did manage to swim back to shore and call for help, triggering the search, rescue, and eventual recovery effort. The deaths occurred while both high surf and small craft advisories were in effect.
And when there's a small craft advisory or high surf warning in effect and you choose to go out, if in the event an emergency happens, you're putting yourself at risk, number one, but you're also putting the risk of the first responders that have to go out into the water during those conditions to try and rescue you.
These two latest deaths are the third and fourth water-related fatalities in less than a week on island. On Tuesday, a 67-year-old Japanese tourist died. He'd been in critical condition since last Friday after he was pulled out of Tumon Bay. Also last Friday, a 50-year-old man died after a large wave flipped his boat over outside the Agana Boat Basin. Two others in the boat were rescued by a parasailer. None of them were wearing life preservers.
You should know the capability of your boat. If you don't have a pretty good-sized boat, or if you feel your boat isn't up to the best of its capabilities, then take caution of any advisory that's put out. So know the capability of your boat. The third one would be life jackets. Life jackets should be worn.
Yeah, it's been a bad week, and none of these had to happen.
Mike Middlebrook is a senior forecaster at the National Weather Service in Tiedzin.
When we have our high surf advisories out, we have small craft advisories out. They're out for a reason, to warn people that the water's dangerous. And yes, it's a holiday time of year, but when the water's dangerous, it's just prudent to stay out of it.
In all, there have been 13 water-related fatalities in the waters around Guam this year. Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.